Hi everyone, Nicholas Buffett is here from sunny Cyprus and welcome to today's tutorial. Now this tutorial is primarily aimed at my students. You've probably been issued a project, an AI project on creating a chatbot, and this tutorial is to help you complete that project, but also to help you and guide you in producing the relevant material or the evidence to submit to show that you've done the work that's been requested from you. Now, this is also a fantastic resource for any educator or school that wants to start or introduce AI in the classroom and help students learn about AI by creating an AI chatbot. The beautiful thing about this project is that you can focus the chatbot on any topic you like. It doesn't have to be on ICT. Now, before we begin, I have to say that I'm not affiliated with any of the resources or URLs or websites that I'm going to be using. These are simply websites and resources which I have found. They are free online to use. They do have some limitations, but they won't hinder the student's project in any way. So I don't have any connection with any of the resources or websites that I'm going to be using in this video. In the description of this video below, you're going to find timestamps, and that's going to help you jump to a particular section of interest. Students, you probably want to jump down at some point to have a look at how to extract the evidence which you're going to submit for your project. So let's get started. First of all, with creating an account on the website we're going to be using. Then we're going to be looking at how to create your chatbot and how to train your chatbot. And finally, we're going to see how you can produce the evidence to submit to your teacher and show that you've completed the work you're supposed to complete. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is to make sure you have access to your email account. Now, my students, you're going to use your school email account, your School 365 account, but you can use a personal account to create a BotPenguin account. Now, BotPenguin is the website we're going to be using. So here I've just signed into a dummy student account, which I have, STU3 account. This is signed into 365, and I've also opened up the email application, the Outlook application here, the web application, so I can receive the activation email as soon as I sign up to BotPenguin. So once you have access to your email account, the next thing you want to do is to search for and go to the URL for the website BotPenguin. This is the tool that we're going to be using to create the chatbot. It's totally free. There are some small limitations, but we're going to have a look at those in a second. So the easiest way to find BotPenguin, you can just open a new tab and just type BotPenguin. And the first hit you're going to get is going to be the BotPenguin site here. And this is where we're going to create our account. So I usually just do the quick way by clicking on login. I don't have an account, so I'm going to sign up for an account. Now, if you want to use a Gmail account, you want to use School 365 account, my students, you're using your 365 account. So I'm just going to create using this account here. And for the phone number, so I am in Cyprus. I'm just going to put the random phone number. I never suggest students you use an actual number. So I'm just going to put a valid number for Cyprus. I'm just going to put a random 122554477. You can use your school number if you're a student. And then your password, just make sure your password is a secure password, at least 8 characters. Please do not use the password you use to sign into your email account or your 365 account. Use a different password for this account. So I'm just going to paste a password in there. And as soon as you've done that, you can click on sign up. Okay, it's thinking, and here it says an activation link has been sent. Please verify your email. I've just received the notification just now. So here's my email. There's my BotPenguin email verification. I'm going to click on that. I'm just going to click on verify your email address. That's it. It's verifying. And there you go. I am now signed in to BotPenguin. Okay, that's it. That's all you have to do for the account. So the next time you're going to want to sign into BotPenguin, you simply sign it, you log in, and you use the password which you use to set up the account. Now from here, you have on the left-hand side, you've got the different areas. I can just go to home if I want, and this is where I will see the information about my account, or you're going to see about your account. So from the home, the one thing that you can see is you do have some limitations. So you don't have many limitations on creating a chatbot, but you do have some limitations on the use of it. For example, WhatsApp conversations you can only have, or any ChatGPT conversations with your chatbot, you can only have 100 of those. Okay, and then you've got 1,000 messages, so on and so forth. And we're going to see these in a second. Okay, so this next part of the video is going to be starting the project, which we're going to give to the students. So students, this is what you've received and what you've had to do up until now and what you have to do to complete the project. Okay, your project. Your project was a multi-part project spread over a few weeks. And the first part was for you to do a little bit of research on the topics which I've given you in Microsoft Teams assignment. And you had to choose one of these topics to focus your chatbot on. Now, which one of these is entirely up to you, but you had to do a little bit of research on that so you can try and figure out how your chatbot is going to interact with the person that's going to be using it and what information is going to be giving it. Okay, and you had to basically identify your topic in the Word document which I gave you and add a little description, one paragraph description of your chatbot. That was the first step, part one. The second step, part two, was for you to create a chat flow of your chatbot. Now, I gave you an example of a chat flow, one that which I created, and essentially the chat flow outlines the path and the route and how the chat is going to happen between your chatbot and the user. So here's the example that I gave you. You had to replicate one which was not similar, but similar in the sense that you had to create something like this for the topic that you've chosen. So the example that I've given here is a chatbot on well-being. And we can see that the chat begins with it introducing itself. How are you feeling today? And it says here, the green options is what the user will click on. They're going to say, I'm feeling okay, I'm feeling down, or I'm feeling stressed. Depending on what path they choose, your chatbot will go to the next step. Okay, so if they say, for example, I'm feeling down, it will give them the option, would you like to talk? If they say yes, it will then say, please tell me what is bothering you. And this is where ChatGPT comes in. And this is what we will be training in our chatbot. So the answers that ChatGPT will give will be based on what you tell it to focus on. Websites and frequently asked questions, which we're going to see when we start designing our chatbot. Okay, so this is the chat flow, which you had to design something similar according to the topic of your chatbot. So that was the other part. And the final part of your project was actually creating the chatbot. So in Teams, again, I gave you all the instructions, what it is that you had to do, create your account in BotPenguin. You had to create the chat flow and then create that chat flow in BotPenguin and train it to use specific websites and train it to use certain frequently asked questions. Again, all of this we're going to see now that we're going to start creating the chatbot. At the bottom, this is what I expect you to submit in the assignment as far as evidence of your chatbot, because I'm not going to have access to your accounts. So I'm going to be showing you in this video towards the end, so you can go to the timestamps and jump to that if that's what you want to have a look at, how to export the file for your chat flow so that I can see what you've done in your chat flow. In the OneNote provided, you're going to put the URLs of the websites that you use to train your bot and a screenshot of that training section. And then finally, you're going to do an export of your frequently asked questions, which again, you've used to train your chatbot. And you're going to put that number two, you're going to put in this OneNote, which is attached to your assignment. And we can see it's a very basic OneNote. You just enter your URLs and a screenshot, and that's it. And everything else you're going to attach. So that's the project. That's what you had to do. It was very important that you do a good chat flow because this is what you're going to use to create your chatbot. So this next section of the tutorial is going to be creating the chatbot, and we're going to be creating this one for the example. Okay, I'm back in BotPenguin. So here I'm already signed into BotPenguin, and as soon as I sign in, I haven't created any chatbots yet. So the first step that you're going to need to do is to click on create a new bot. Okay, now one of the limitations that you have is essentially you can only create one bot with this free version. Okay, it says here, create your first chatbot to start. You can put your website URL. We can skip this. And we're going to create essentially a chatbot of type other. So click on that. And the one we're going to use is going to be this website chatbot landing page bot mobile app. Click on that. It's going to breathe in, breathe out, and that's it. You now have a chatbot ready. Now you're going to get some pop-up windows that are here to help you, but you can forget about these. You can just go to next. Just go to next. It shows you basically the different areas of the interface. We're going to do this together. Okay, so now that we've created our chatbot, this is our interface where we actually create the chatbot. And it's given me already 2 cards. Now, BotPenguin works with cards, so it's super easy to work with. If you've worked with Sway before, it's exactly the same thing. We just need to tell it which card comes after the next one. So it starts off with a welcome to BotPenguin. We're here to help you. What is your email address? So we can see here on each card, there's an icon. This one's got a little paper aeroplane and this one's got an envelope. Now, on the left-hand side, we can see the different cards that we can add in, and there are some other categories as well. Request information like name, email, single choice, so on and so forth, send information, and we've also got trigger actions as well. Okay, so I'm just going to stick with the frequently used for now. Now, I've just refreshed my screen, and by refreshing, I've seen here that it's now popped up the Chat GPT section. We need this because that's where we're going to have the conversations. So this is a new feature in BotPenguin. So if you don't see it straight away, you might want to sign out to sign in again, and it will appear, or you can just reload the page like I did. And we can find this, I think, in trigger action. Yes, there it is. Okay. So what do we have here? These are the different cards that we can add. Now, before we begin, I'm going to show you the interface. Here is where we set up the flow of our chat. We're going to be using this to guide us, which is what we designed when we're doing the project. And on the right-hand side, we've got the customization where we can customize the messages and we can tell it what it's going to do, where it's going to jump to. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail on the settings and the configuration of this. I'm only going to focus on the project that you need to do. So if I wanted to test my sample chatbot, it's given me with this information here. I can click here on test, website, and it will load my chatbot. And you can see here it says, welcome to BotPenguin. We're here to help you. What is your email address? And you will enter the email address there. And you can run this as many times as you like. So I'm just going to close that to go back. So let's begin with creating my chatbot, which I designed the chat flow of. So the first thing that I want to do is I want it to ask a question. Hello, how are you feeling today? So before I do that, I might as well just get rid of these 2 from here. So I can start from the beginning. Let's just delete that one and delete this one. So I've got a totally empty blank screen here. I'm going to start off with a message and I'm just going to click on this message. And on the right hand side, I'm going to say, hi, I am here to help you with well-being. Okay. And then I'm going after that. So that's just the message. So if I test that now, what it would do when I go to the website, it just simply starts with, so I'm going to click on the 3 dots, refresh the chat. There it goes. And it says, hi, I'm here to help you with well-being. That's just the message. There's nothing more. So the next thing I want to do is I want the user to interact with my chatbot and answer a question. So the question that I want, I've got it here. And it says here, how are you feeling today? And I've got 3 options. So from here, I'm going to add what's called a single choice. And the single choice says that one there. So I'm just going to modify that. So how are you feeling today? Now, if I make a couple of mistakes, just excuse me, please. Feeling today. So that's the question. And then we've got option 1 and option 2. So here are the options, option 1 and option 2. So option 1 is based on my chat flow. I'm okay. I'm just going to put I'm okay. I am okay. Option 2 is going to be feeling down. And I'm going to add one more. So I'm going to click on the plus sign and I'm going to say here, what's this one? Stressed. Okay, so let's just test this for now. Click on test, website. I'm going to click on the 3 dots to refresh. There we go. it says, hi, I'm here to help. Let's just refresh again. So it says, hi, I'm here to help you with well-being. And then it gives a, how are you feeling today? Option 1, feeling down, stressed. So I didn't change that one there. But if I click on these, there really isn't anything for it to do. So let me just go fix option 1. Option 1 says, I'm okay. I am okay. There we go. All right. So now what do I want? So I've done that first part. Let's go see. So if they click on I'm okay, I want to give 2 messages. That's good to hear. If you ever need to talk, I'm here for you. And then it's going to end the chat. So let's just go and do that quickly. So these are simply messages. There's no interaction with the user. It just basically gives them a thank you and says you can go on your way. So I'm going to add a message. Now, the order that you put these cards really doesn't matter, but it is good to try and keep them as consistent as possible. So I'm just going to say here, that's good to hear. Now, I could put all of that. That's good to hear. If you ever need to talk, I'm here in one message, but I'm going to make it as 2. I'm going to add another message. And then that's this one here. If you ever need to talk, I am here. Okay, so I've created the cards, but there really isn't any flow. Now, if I don't create the flow, BotPenguin will basically go from the top and move downwards. But then as you start adding the rest of the cards, it won't make sense. So we need to add the flow. So this first card here, when it goes to this first card, I'm here to help, I want it to go to this one here. How are you feeling today? Despite the fact that it's going to go down there anyway, I want to make sure the control is there. So by clicking on this card, it says, after it shows that message, go to, and I want this one here. How are you feeling today? So I'm going to click on that. Now this one here has got 3 options. If they click on I'm okay, I want it to go to this one here. That's good to hear. So I'm going to click on here. That's good to hear. And then when it goes to that's good to hear, I want it to go to if you ever need to talk, I'm here. There you go. If you ever need to talk, I'm here. And then from this one, I want it to go to the end of the chat like that. Okay. So I have basically created this first flow here from here on the left side. I'm going to create this one here for you now, so you can see how we can do this, the other type of branching, and the rest of this basically will make sense. So the next one is if they choose I'm feeling down, I want to give this message here. I'm really sorry you're feeling that way. Sometimes it helps to talk about it. Would you like to tell me what's been going on? So let's go back to this one, feeling down. So if they click on that one, we want it to give a message first. So let's create the message. So can you see it's put this one here? It doesn't matter now that it's in the wrong place because the I'm okay is going to take it to that's good to hear. And that's why it's really good to, for every card you put, to actually nominate what card comes next. Because if you do mix them up, it will still make sense. So the answer that I want here is, so that comes after feeling down. I'm just going to say, would you like to talk? Would you like to talk? Okay, so for this feeling down, I'm going to click on that one. So if they say feeling down, I'm going to say here, would you like to talk? Okay, and then after the would you like to talk, we got an option, yes or no. So I'm going to say, actually, I could have made that a single choice straight away. Yeah, so let's do that. Well, actually, let's just add another one, single choice. So I say, please choose if you want to talk about it. Okay, so this is a little bit unnecessary. So the first one will be yes, and the next one will be no. Okay, so after the would you like to talk, this one, so I'm going to select that one there. I'm going to say I want it to go to please choose if you want to talk about it. Okay, so let's test this now. So click on test website. I'm going to refresh everything. So I'm just going to click on that, refresh chat. And there we go. Hi, I'm here to help you with well-being. How are you feeling today? If I say I'm okay, then it says that's good to hear. If you ever need to talk, I'm here, and it ends. Okay, so let's refresh that again. So this time it says, I'm here to help. But I'm going to say, I'm feeling down. It says, would you like to talk? Then it says, please choose if you want to talk about it. If I click on yes or no, but I haven't really said anything. Now, because my card here, you can see here, please choose if you want to talk, yes and no. The next card says, would you like to talk? So because I haven't given a direction for yes and no, it's probably going to go to the next one here. Would you like to talk? Let's click on yes. And can you see, would you like to talk? So it's doing that loop. And this is why for every card and every option, you have to give it its direction. So let's just close that. So if they click on yes, let's see what we want our flow to do. So I'm going to do this one. If they click on no, if you ever need to talk, I'm here for you. And that's the same as this one over here. Can you see? If you ever need to talk, I'm here for you. So instead of creating a new card here, I could have linked that no to that one. So that's what I'm going to do. So if they click on no, then for no, I'm going to say, if you ever need to talk, I'm here. And when it gets to that one, if you ever need to talk, I'm here, it will then end the chat. Perfect. So that's something I could have fixed here by looking at this. So this could have been, from this no, it could have gone to that one there instead, and I could scrap this. And this one here also, instead of going to that card, can also go to that one there. Okay, just make it a little bit more efficient. Okay, so let's just get rid of those. If they said yes, then I want to say, please tell me what is bothering you. So on the yes, I want to say here, I'm just going to make a message. Please tell me what is bothering you. Okay. And we're going to say where it's going to go to in a second. So first of all, here I am. Please choose if you want to talk about it. I'm going to click on the yes over here, and I'm going to say for the yes, it's going to go to please tell me what is bothering you. Okay, so now I've got a direction from there to that card there. So now I'm going to go to this one, and now what I want to do is to add the ChatGPT card. Okay, and this is where they're going to be able to interact with the AI. Okay, so to add the ChatGPT, I've got it in the frequent ones here, frequently used, but also you can find it in the trigger options down here, ChatGPT. So it doesn't matter where you get it from. I'm just going to click on that card, and it adds here. Please choose if. Oh, where am I? Where's the ChatGPT? Here it is. I'm here to help you. And here you can say, right. For example, I'm listening. Okay. Now, you've got here a limitation, number of user queries to handle via AI. So that basically means because in the free version, you are literally limited to 100 AI chat responses. Okay, you want to limit that so somebody doesn't go and run up all of that straight away. And if you do get the paid version, you pay for, I don't know, I don't know, I haven't got a paid version yet, but you've probably you pay for a limit, or depending on how many you get. So you want to try and limit these. But for now, we can just put this down to, let's say, about 3. Okay, now we're going to train the AI later. Okay, so now that I've added this, what I want to do is, would you like to talk about it? Nope. Let's see where we went to. So please choose if you want to talk about it. They said yes. And now, please tell me what is bothering you. So we want to go to that one. Please tell me what is bothering. And once they click on that one, we want it to go to this one here. I'm listening. Okay, that's it. So I've done those 2. I'm not going to do the third branch because it's exactly the same as what we've been doing. So I just need to program that I'm feeling stressed one. So essentially, I will need to program this one as well, but I'm not going to do that now because it's just repetitive. Let's have a look and test. So website. So let's do refresh. So we're just going to jump to where the ChatGPT part is. So I'm feeling down. Would you? Oh, I'm actually in the way here, so I'm just going to move myself out of the way. Here I am over this side. Okay, and so please choose if you want to talk about it. I'm going to say yes. Okay, it says, I'm listening. Here I'm going to say, I am feeling down because of exams. Okay, and now when I click on this, I'm going to get an AI response. I haven't programmed this, I haven't trained it, so the response is going to come from a generic AI response. Let's see what it gives us. I understand feeling down because of exams is tough. It's completely normal to feel stressed, so on and so forth. And it gives you some information. And then the person, or whoever's using it, can ask another question. Can you give me some tips on feeling better? Let's say. So this is another AI response, and I'm saying this because we're going to see in a minute. So here it's giving you some prioritizing sleep, so on and so forth. And last one, let's do another one. I have 2 exams in 3 days. How can I plan my study time? Okay, so this is all generic answers from ChatGPT. Would you like to talk again? Please just right now. Can you see it's given its third response? And because it's given a third response, it's now saying, would you like to talk, and go back to that. And that basically says it's kicked you out of that chat section and it's starting a new one. So you're limiting it. Okay, so that works well. Let's go see what this has done. If I go back to my home section now and I just reload my page, so if I reload this page, because it looks like the interface is showing something a little bit weird here, but if I just reload this quickly, right, you can see that it's actually showing the chat counter here. It's saying 3 out of 1,000, but it's not showing it here. So they're probably going to fix that. But essentially, you're allowed a 100 chat GPT conversations. I've already done 3 out of 100. And I am not sure why, but uh, um, it's showing these as WhatsApp conversations and it's not counting them, but it will, I do believe at some point it's going to be showing that it's 3 out of 100 for the chat. And if you do go to subscriptions, you can actually see here, they've got it here as a monthly 100 WhatsApp conversations, 1 chatbot. So this is what you're allowed. I don't know why it's not showing now the chat limitation, but I know for a fact from before that this is definitely out of, you see it's showing that 3 there, but it's moving. So anyway, you're going to see what your limitations are here. So please tell your students, or if you are students, please be careful when you're testing your chatbot. You're not using ChatGPT too much because you will run out of your free license quota. Okay, so the next thing, once you have done that, you can find your chatbot by going to bots. And if I go to my bot, you can now see here the things that you need to do your bot. So if you want to go and edit your chat flow, you can click here. This is your chat flow. Now you can have multiple chat flows and choose which chat flow your bot is going to be using. You don't need to make more. You can add more, but I'm not going to add any more. We only have just the 1 chat flow, but you could modify your chatbot, your single chatbot, to use a different chat flow. We're not going to do that. So here's your flow, and this is where you can go and continue working on your chat flow to design your chatbot. Now you also do have this visualized flow here, which is really nice to see how everything links together. Let me just get rid of these. Okay, so this is really nice to see, but it's much harder to work with and create your flow this way. I do find, but if you do want to have a look at this, then you can. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the classic builder. And now the next thing that we want to do, once we have completed our chat flow, we've got our chat GPT section here as well. We want to train our bot. So to train your bot, if I just go back here to where my bots are, I can see this is my bot. This is the bot I'm working on, bot 1. I want to go to this one here, train your AI chatbot knowledge base. And this is where you tell ChatGPT essentially to get its information from. So if I click on that, the ones that we use or the ones that I use right now, you're only going to do a website and an FAQs, a frequently asked questions. So I'm going to do that with you now. So I've done a quick search on website to help students with stress and exams because that's what my chatbot is about. Obviously, you students, you're going to do your research and find which website provides the best information. And what you're going to do is this. So I'm going to click on this, and you want to get the URL or the website. Now, the website is at the top in the URL here. You don't want to take the whole URL like this. Why? Because this points it to one page, the examstress.html. We want it to search the whole website. So what you're going to do, you're going to take from the left-hand side and select all of this URL up to the point where we see that first slash. So let me copy paste this into Word to make it easier for you to see. Okay, I only want this part here, which is up to that first slash. So I can delete all of that if I want and just take this. And that is the website. Essentially, that's the main domain of the site. So from here, what we're going to do is, oh, where am I? Here we go. So I'm going to go to website from my bot here. I'm going to go to train your AI bot. I want the website. I'm going to train it on a website, and I'm going to enter the URL there. And that's it. And I'm going to tell it to look for all the pages. Once you've put that URL, you simply choose import and train. And what this is going to do, can you see you get this green window up here, which basically says, yep, that's a good website. And now what it's doing is going to that website and it's crawling it and it's getting all the web pages it can find and categorizing them. And while it's trained, after a while, you're going to see a whole list of categories here and the web page it has found, all the web pages it's found. So while it's doing that and it's working, you can go do the frequently asked questions. So here's an example. Frequently asked questions, you can categorize them. So you make categories of questions. For example, if I create a category on exam stress, okay, that's just a category name. I'm just going to put exam. I'm going to put the same thing for the description and click on save. I've just now made a category, and I can also do a category like to group my questions together to make it easier to find. Let's say another one instead of exam stress, being bullied. Okay, and that's, you just put a description here, you know, to help students about being bullied, or if they hear about bullying and who to report it to, you just click on save. So now you've got categories, and in these categories we can put our questions. For example, if I do one here, and I'm going to create frequently asked question. Question one, who do I go to if I am being bullied? Okay, that's a question that someone might ask, and you can say, go to a trusted adult. Okay, and I'm just going to click on save. You can add another question and say, for example, I know someone which is being bullied, and who do I go to? Who do I go to? So this would be a good one if you train your chat GPT, for example, to get answers from the school's website. But you could say, you can talk to others. Mr. Buffett, me, for example. So if somebody writes this question, it's going to include this answer in the response if it's ChatGPT. If I just click on save, and then I'm going to do one more. Let's say I'm going to go back to my categories. From here, we want to go back, and I'm going to go say exam stress. Create for what exercise can help me with stress? You say slow breathing, for example. Breathing. Okay, and then you can just build up these categories. So depending on what the person asks, if it finds that something that the person has asked in one of your frequently asked questions, it will use the response that you've given as an answer. So that's basically how we train our chat bot. So we've done two types of training. We've got frequently asked questions and we've got the website. How's this website doing? It's still working. Let's see the details as it's going. So you can see here, it's finding all these categories here. There you go. It's finding more categories, and it's going to group all of these. Now, you don't have to do anything, but you can come back at any time and just see all of the web pages and how much information it's found from that website. So doing your research on what websites to use, there you go, it's finding more, is really a great idea, so that you know where the information is coming from, and it's coming from a trusted website. So you can talk to your teachers, or teachers, you can teach your students about trusted websites and which websites are more, let's say, um, good as far as providing realistic or real information, not false information and up-to-date information. So we're just going to leave that working there. Okay, perfect. That's your project. Now, the next part of this tutorial is how you students provide the evidence which I ask for your chat flow, your frequently asked questions, and your website, and all of this. Hey, oh, look at that. It's finished while I was doing that. So if I wanted to see which pages are being used, then I can just click on any one of these categories. For example, this one page, and it shows me the page, and I can go and visit it and see whether it's got good information. Okay, so this is a good way of, we've got training programs, 11 pages. We can see the 11 pages, and we can decide whether we want a page to be included or not by adding and removing the text. Okay, great. So as I was saying, that's the last part of your training. You can now go back to your bot, click on your edit chat flow, go to your test, open your flow, and you can test your bot. Okay, there you go. And you can test it and check the ChatGPT and see if the answers which are coming from there are focused on, some of the answers that you've given the frequently asked questions or from that website. All right, good. So the next part of this project, of this tutorial, is going to be how you produce the evidence. Okay, so the evidence you need to produce is, first of all, you need to produce an export file of the chat flow of your chat bot. Use the download button, which is to the right of your chat flow. We'll download a .json file. So let's do your chatbot export. So from the home section after you signed in, you're going to go to bots, you're going to click on your bot, and from here you're going to go to your edit chat flow. This is where you see a list of your flows. Now you're only going to have one, but here you've got a download button. So if we click on that, over here on the left, it says download. So I'm going to click on that little download arrow there, and that downloads where we want. I'm just going to call this NP chat flow. Now you do want to write your name here. It is best because it's easier for your teacher then to import these chat flows, and because if you don't write your name, then your teacher's going to have a lot of chat flows with the same name, and they're going to have to keep deleting and adding the new one or renaming it anyway. So I'm just going to put NP chat flow, save, and there it is. It's now downloaded that. So if I check on my downloads, let me just bring this over here, downloads, date modified. There it is there. So we've got that. So that's one of the files that I'm going to attach to Teams as evidence. So that's the first one, that JSON file. The next one is in the OneNote attached, place in the appropriate sections the URLs of your chatbot that you used to train. So I would put this URL, which I showed you earlier. I will copy paste that one. So I use this one. And if you train more websites, you can just make sure you add those as well. Okay. And then also I need a screenshot of that. So what I'm going to do is from my first flow, I'm going to go to actually, let's go back to my chatbot. I want train, and I'm going to go to the website. Now from here, you can see it's fetched 433 pages from the website. View details. Now I can take a small diagram. I could take a screenshot of this, which shows how many pages, and I can see here that you've actually done some, copied some of these, or you've actually trained it on a website. You don't have to show all of this. Just this page here will be fine. So if I do a screenshot here, that clearly shows your teacher or me that you've got here that from the website that you've given, and I can see some of the categories. So I know you've actually trained it on a web page. There you go. All right, so that's that one. Let's go to the next one. So we've done number one, we've done number two. The last thing is we want an export of the frequently asked questions category, and we can do that because after you open the FAQ category, click on the download button at the top to export FAQ. So from here, where we go to train our bot, we go to the frequently asked questions. Now, if you've got more than one category, I suggest you only have one, but if you've got more than one, you're going to have to do this 2 times. So if I want to this one, I'm going to click on it to open it. Because if I just select it, I can't download it. If I click on that to open it, from here, I can click, and no, that's there's the download. I can export that one, export. There it is. And I'm going to click on that little button again, on a little down arrow, and I'm going to say where I'm going to download this. So I'm just going to put here, this was which one? Let's have a look. I can't remember now. Was this one if this was the category stress? So I'm just going to put stress and click on stress FAQ. Click save. Okay. Oh, that was the being bullied one. Doesn't matter. And if I want to do the next one, I'm going to click on that one. Click on download. I'm just going to pretend this is the bullied one. It really doesn't matter. There you go. I'm just going to say bullied. Actually did them the wrong way around. Doesn't matter. There we go. And I'm going to get 2 files in my download section. So if I just refresh and show you those, there they are, the bullied and the stress. If I double click on this, you're going to attach these two to your assignment. This is what I'm going to get. So there's the question on one of them. And if you've got more than one category, it's going to open that one. This one had 2 questions. There you go. And I will be able to see the questions that you gave and the answer that you gave and when it was created. Okay, that's it. That's how you're going to provide the evidence. So you're going to attach to your team's assignment the JSON file which you made from your chat flow, simply by clicking on that download button there. And you're going to complete the OneNote by adding the URLs and the screenshot of the training, which is from here. Sorry, if I go to my chatbot, there on my training, I'm going to take a screenshot. When I click on view details, I'm going to take a screenshot of this page and add it in my OneNote. And I'm also going to write a list of the pages or the websites which I've used to train this. And then finally, I'm going to go to my frequently asked questions. If I've only got one category, that's fine. But if you've got 2 for each one, you're going to open it and you're going to click on the download button and attach those as well. Okay, I hope this was easy to follow, and I hope this is going to help you with producing your projects for you students and for you educators. If you want to include creating a chatbot, this is an absolutely fantastic tool. But of course, one thing I haven't showed you is that you can obviously, after you go to your chatbot here, you can install your chatbot. Essentially, you can create a link to it and you can share with other people. But remember, it does use up the resources. Currently, this is showing me now 100 WhatsApp conversations. But when I refresh this, I can see right in the background, it says I've got 4 out of 1,000 AI. So I don't know whether this has been upgraded or not. We'll see. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this has helped you. And if it has, you know the drill. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.